ancient kingdom of rolling green hills and sparkling rivers, King Aldrich and Queen Seraphina ruled with wisdom, justice, and kindness. Their palace gleamed with gold and marble. Fountains sang softly in the gardens, and the people prospered under their gentle reign. Yet despite their greatness, the king and queen carried a quiet longing in their hearts, a desire for a child who would carry their love and hopes into the future. After many years of prayers and patience, the queen was finally blessed with a daughter. Wrapped in silken cloth, the newborn gently clutched her mother's finger. Queen Seraphina held the baby close, tears shining in her eyes, and whispered, "This child is our light, our kingdom's future." The king smiled with pride, and the entire palace shimmered with joy. Bells rang, lanterns glowed, and the court celebrated the birth of Princess Elira, the child destined to bring hope to the kingdom. Far beyond the hills, in a land ruled by darkness and ambition, King Malvorn, a cruel and power-hungry ruler, learned of the newborn princess. Consumed by envy and greed, he saw the child as a threat to his dreams of conquest. Blinded by hatred, he plotted to seize the kingdom. Under the cover of night, his armies marched silently toward the palace, determined to destroy everything King Aldrich held dear. Within the palace walls, a devoted maid named Aya, who had cared for Princess Elira since her first breath, sensed the approaching danger. As the sounds of war echoed closer, Queen Seraphina placed her daughter into Aya's trembling arms. "If we do not survive," the queen said softly, her voice breaking, "you must protect her. She is the last piece of us." Aya pressed the baby to her chest, tears streaming down her face. "I swear on my life," she whispered, "I will keep her safe. Always." By dawn, King Malvorn had stormed the palace gates. King Aldrich and Queen Seraphina were captured and dragged before the terrified court. Without mercy, Malvorn ordered their execution. As their lives faded, the kingdom fell silent. Raising his voice, Malvorn roared, "Find the royal child! She must not live." Soldiers spread through every street, alley, and home. But Princess Elira was nowhere to be found. Aya had already fled, hiding the baby in a small, humble cottage on the outskirts of the city. Whenever soldiers approached, she concealed the child inside a large flour container near the oven, praying silently, "God, protect her." Days passed, then weeks, and eventually the soldiers withdrew, believing the royal bloodline had ended. Years flowed by like a quiet river. The helpless baby grew into a graceful young woman, Princess Elira, though she did not yet know her true name. Her long hair flowed like silk, her eyes held quiet strength, and her presence carried a natural dignity. Aya raised her with love, teaching her kindness, courage, and wisdom, while carefully guarding the secret of her royal birth. One quiet evening, as candlelight flickered across the cottage walls, Aya sat beside her and spoke gently. "It is time you know the truth," she said. "You are Princess Elira, daughter of King Aldrich and Queen Seraphina. King Malvorn killed your parents and stole your kingdom. You are the last living heir." Elira's breath caught. "My parents? Gone? And I have been hiding all this time?" Tears welled in her eyes as the truth shattered her world. Aya held her hands tightly. "Yes, but listen to me carefully," she said with urgency. "Only one person in this world can help you reclaim your throne and take justice for your parents. His name is King Arman of Eldoria, a wise and powerful ruler who lives in a distant city. You must find him." Elira wiped her tears, her sorrow turning into fire. "I will honor my parents," she said firmly, "and I will restore what was stolen." Fearing that King Malvorn might soon discover the truth, Aya made the hardest decision of her life. You must leave tonight, she said. Go to Eldoria. Survive. Fulfill your destiny. They embraced under the dark sky, both knowing this farewell could be their last. Elira rode away at dawn. Not long after, King Malvorn's soldiers returned, uncovering signs of the princess's survival. In his rage, Malvorn attacked Aya's cottage. Aya fought bravely, but she was overpowered. With her final breath, she whispered, "Princess Elira is safe. My duty is complete." In the distant city of Eldoria, Elira finally stood before King Arman, a wise ruler hardened by years of leadership. After hearing her story, he placed a reassuring hand over hers and said, "You will not walk this path alone. Together we will restore justice." Under King Arman's guidance, Elira trained in strategy, leadership, and combat. Allies gathered, banners rose, and hope spread across the land. When the day of battle came, the ground shook beneath marching armies. King Malvorn's power crumbled as his soldiers deserted him, and the people rose against his tyranny. In the palace courtyard, Princess Elira faced King Malvorn at last. "This is for my parents," she declared, her voice unshaken, "for I am, and for every soul you destroyed." Malvorn fell to his knees, defeated and broken. His reign of terror ended forever. Princess Elira was crowned queen beneath golden banners and ringing bells. She ruled with wisdom, justice, and compassion, just as her parents once had. The kingdom flourished again, brighter than ever. One quiet night, Queen Elira stood on the palace terrace, gazing at the stars. A gentle wind passed through the trees as she whispered softly, "Mother, Father, Aya, I am home."